Narrator. When air temperatures climb, your body springs into action. The hypothalamus, your internal thermostat, signals blood vessels near the skin to widen. This allows more blood to flow close to the surface, releasing heat. At the same time, your sweat glands activate. As sweat evaporates, it pulls heat from your skin, cooling you down. But there's a challenge. If humidity is high, evaporation slows down and can eventually stop. Slight shift to a more curious tone. Scientists measure humidity using a metric called wet bulb temperature. This involves wrapping a wet, room temperature cloth around a thermometer. If evaporation lowers the reading, the air can still cool us, but if it doesn't, it's too humid for sweat to work effectively. A wet bulb temperature of 35 degrees Celsius, about 95 degrees Fahrenheit, is considered the upper limit for human survival. Fortunately, temperatures rarely reach this extreme. Background shifts to warmer tones. The U.S. National Weather Service uses the relationship between humidity and air temperature to calculate the heat index. As both humidity and temperature rise, so does the heat index. When it exceeds 39.4 degrees Celsius, 103 degrees Fahrenheit, heat becomes dangerous. Even lower heat indices can be hazardous if they persist for several days. Intensify the tone slightly. A heat wave occurs when unusually hot weather lasts for 2 or more days in a specific place and season. For example, 32 degrees Celsius or 90 degrees Fahrenheit is common in Houston, Texas during summer, but the same temperature in March would be considered a heat wave, close with a thoughtful tone. And heat waves don't just bring discomfort, they ripple through nearly every aspect of daily life, leaving a lasting impact on communities and individuals alike. Narrator, concerned yet steady. Imagine a June heat wave striking a tropical city. The first to feel its effects are outdoor workers. Excessive sweating leads to dehydration and painful muscle cramps, known as heat cramps. If they push through, it could escalate to heat exhaustion, and worse, heat stroke, a life-threatening condition that occurs when the body's temperature exceeds 40 degrees Celsius. Scene: sounds of sirens and busy streets fade in. Medical emergency calls spike across the city, especially for children, pregnant women, and the elderly. The heat also triggers more hospital visits for heart, kidney, and lung-related conditions, overwhelming medical providers. Scene: city streets slow down, background noise fades to silence. As the week drags on, the city slows to a crawl. Schools close, construction sites halt, and even airports face challenges. Planes reduce their weight limits to take off, leaving countless travelers stranded. Restaurants shut their doors, their kitchens becoming unbearable. And while air-conditioned homes offer refuge, running an AC isn't cheap. Many families are forced to choose between staying cool or staying fed. Scene: sounds of a power grid failing subtly build tension. If the heat wave continues, overburdened air conditioners could strain the power grid, leading to widespread outages. Scene: quiet and somber music sets in. These consequences aren't hypothetical. Every year, nearly 500,000 people lose their lives to excessive heat, and these extreme conditions are only becoming more common. Scene: a hopeful tone emerges in the music. We can take steps to limit the impacts, seek help for heat-related illnesses, stay hydrated, and provide public access to water and cooling centers. Scene: a final uplifting note. But remember, just a 1 to 2 degree increase in temperature matters. It can change everything about how we live.